Windsor-Essex Children's Aid Society.
We serve children, we protect kids, but to do that, we work with the community, we work with many, many families, and we have a large workforce to get the job done. We work with about 1 in every 8 children in the community. There's 3,000 investigations in a year, so that's a lot of work with a lot of people. There's an old saying that it takes a community to raise a child, so it's the police, it's the hospitals, it's doctors, it's the school teachers, it's the neighbor next door. The end goal that we're looking for is children to have well-being. We get behind the scenes and ensure the safety of the child, but more than that they're able to have reasonable food, reasonable sleep, and a caring parent looking after their needs. We don't look for accolades, but to get the recognition from community that we work with, that we're one of the pillars, it's absolutely fantastic. Those children are our future. And if we can do well by them by encompassing our business and our chamber and other caring adults in our society, we're going to actually create even a better society down the road.
Multicultural Council of Windsor and Essex County.
We've been around since 1973. We're a newcomer agency, so we provide a lot of services and information regarding settlement integration for those who are new to the country. We also provide a service to the community at large, whether it's how diverse the community is, how many of the ethnocultural communities reside in our community. We connect them through our Carousel of the Nations Festival. We do interpretation and translation services. We have health programs. So we do a number of different things other than just a newcomer agency. Our volunteers, which includes our staff and our board of directors, are amazing, and we couldn't have done what we do without them. So thank God for the volunteers, thank God for our sponsors, thank God for our staff. We cannot work without partnerships. It is so instrumental to the work that we do and to the community at large. In order to create a welcoming community, you really have to work with community partners. That's organizations, that's business, that's the not-for-profit. It would be perfect if there was no need for such an organization or community. That means we've reached utopia and that we provide very culturally competent services within the community at large. What is important by having an agency such as ours in the community is making sure that people are being very inclusive in their services that they provide, and they're not only equal services but equitable services to the many newcomers that do reside in our community.
United Way Centraide, Windsor-Essex County.
United Way as a movement was established in Canada almost 100 years ago in 1917. And here in Windsor, it was established in 1947. Windsor-Essex has gone through very significant changes over the past decade. United Way has really strived to remain relevant in our community. As our community has changed, so has United Way. So one of our challenges has been, whether it's the business sector, whether it's the not-for-profit sector, the public sector, is really being able to ensure that the work that we're doing aligns with what they're doing so that we can collaborate better, coordinate our services, and really achieve greater outcomes in the community. We have a very strategic focus to address poverty, whether we are mitigating the impacts of poverty through some of the programs such as food banks, counseling programs, housing supports. And so over the last couple of years, we really drove a stake in the ground and said, we're going to tackle intergenerational poverty and help those kids who are born into low-income families, give them opportunities to succeed so that we can start to turn the tide on some of those numbers. Our relationship with the Chamber, which represents, the business community, really goes back to our very roots. So to be recognized for this inaugural award, we're very proud, and we believe that the work that we do is really making an impact and will continue to do so. At the end of the day, it will really only be because we are working together, all of the sectors, that we're going to realize change in our community.